So, I'm letting go of my AYANEO Air Pro. And yes, I still love it, but it's not for me. Hey guys, I'm Jam of JamOnline.ph, and today let me share you some of my thoughts regarding the AYANEO Air Pro. I know, there's a lot of features and things that you could love about the AYANEO Air Pro. You could see in my previous video that I was really excited for it. I was, and I'm still happy with it. However, it's not for me. Let me share you some of the things that I appreciate with the AYANEO Air Pro. So first, we got here a really small display, which means that this one is really portable. It's not just a small display because this one comes with an AMOLED panel. This means that the display of the AYANEO Air Pro is a lot better compared to most displays out there. It's Full HD, it's AMOLED, it's way more colorful and saturated. The contrast, the brightness is really great actually. The size of this one, I mean, since we got here 5.5-inch display, it's actually pretty small and really portable compared to the other handhelds that we got in the market, namely the Steam Deck. Another thing that I really appreciate are the buttons, the Hall sensors and everything. I love the trigger on this one. As you can see, I actually like how good the triggers are. I like the Hall sensors, the analogs, I like the buttons, the D-pad and everything. There's a lot of things that I love about this AYANEO Air Pro. But here are the things, or here are the reasons why I'm letting go of the AYANEO Air Pro. And I'm gonna replace it with another one, with actually a better handheld. My first problem with the AYANEO Air Pro is that this one only packs a 5560U processor in a world where we got a Steam Deck with RDNA 2 graphics, a powerful graphics by the way, and of course there's a lot of 6800U handhelds already in the market. I mean, if you're gonna run some simple and casual games, the 5560U wouldn't be a problem. I was able to run Horizon Zero Dawn at 18 watts at really good frame rates. We were able to play Death Stranding as well, and also games like Witcher 3 and even not really Modern Warfare, but yeah, it's Warzone. I don't have the Modern Warfare yet. It's a great emulation device. I mean, we got here a small display. Yes, if you're playing classic games, that wouldn't be a problem on the AYANEO Air Pro. But again, if you're playing some heavy games like Red Dead Redemption 2, that wouldn't run on the AYANEO Air Pro really well. Yes, you could run it, but you can't play it as the frame rates of that one would yield to a really bad FPS on the AYANEO Air Pro. So that is a really big problem for me because I like to play most of the games when I'm away from my desktop. Speaking of power, yes, this one comes with an 18 watts of power for the Pro version and up to 15 watts. There's the 5825U variant, but it's too expensive for me, so yeah, I went for this one. So the other problem is actually the battery. Yes, we do have a really, small or lacks performance for me, and the battery is also a problem despite having a less power compared to the 6800U. So for the Pro version, I got here the 10,000 mAh of battery. That's why it's thicker compared to the non-Pro version. So I really suggest that if you're getting one, get the Pro version. Anyway, going back to the topic, the battery of this one is just terrible compared to the previous handhelds that I've owned before. I've owned a GPD Win before, and it was actually pretty great. I mean, the battery life, it's an Intel Atom by the way, so it's really actually bad when it comes to performance. But yeah, it still runs pretty well, and the battery of that one is really good. But this one, however, I was only able to run AAA games, like the heavy games, at around an hour or an hour and a half, depending on the wattage and I'm using the CPU. But for a handheld device, and I want to use it whenever I'm on planes or whatever, it's just bad for me. I don't think that I could play more than 4 hours on this one, even at its lowest wattage. Even when I'm playing emulators, or even some casual and light games on the AYANEO Air Pro. Maybe if they put in a more powerful processor, maybe at 5 watts or even at 10 watts, we could get a better performance. But this one comes with a 5560U processor. It's way off compared to the 5800U and even, especially actually, the 6800U processors from AMD. I've mentioned before, the display is actually really small, which makes it good, but this is actually one of the things that I hate about the AYANEO Air Pro. First, let me show you that I actually like the AYANEO Air Pro because of its size. It's small, it's portable, I can bring it anywhere, and I can place it in my really small messenger bag. But the problem is that having a small display on Windows games also yields to a smaller elements on games. So with Death Stranding, I'm actually having problems reading sometimes the messages on the display, because this one comes with a small 5.5-inch display. And the problem with playing FPS games sometimes, like Warzone 2, is that I don't see the elements or the objects or the enemies because I got here a small display. But make no mistake, the Full HD display and the full AMOLED panel of this one is really good. But I find it too small for me, especially when I'm playing games, again, like Death Stranding, Witcher 3, Warzone 2. So that's a problem for me, because I really wanted to have, you know, a display that works for me. Maybe the sweet spot for me, the balance for portability, and also the balance for, you know, having a large display is 6-inch, which is probably the GPD Win 4, and I'm not getting that one. Another thing that I hate in here is that the AYANEO software actually is pretty buggy. Sometimes when I press it, doesn't appear. The launcher for the games is sometimes not opening games, so it's actually pretty bad. But overall, I still find the UI, let me emphasize that, the UI of this one is really good. I like the UI of this one. It's not as good as the Steam OS, Steam Gamepad UI or the Steam Deck UI, but I actually like that we got here the highlight on the games, we got here an auto artwork, and yes, I do have a lot of games in here, but my problem is that sometimes when I uninstall those games, it doesn't remove it from the launcher immediately. So yes, I have to remove it manually. And of course, there are some languages that wasn't translated from Chinese to English. That's a problem for me, because of course I don't know how to read that one. But yeah, we got here different features like the readings for the usage status, which is something that I really like. Of course, we got here the there we go, the full specifications, the hardware information, everything that I need, and of course the control for the fan, the control for the wattage is all here on the AYANEO software. But again, it's still buggy for me. Sometimes it appears, sometimes it doesn't open. So I find it a little bit annoying that it happens to me on the AYANEO Air Pro. But overall, I'm actually updating the AYANEO software on this one once in a while, and I've seen how good and how, you know, the improvements are made. But yeah, they're still lacking when it comes to the software part. So I can't wait for the AYANEO OS, or maybe I could just install Steam OS or other operating system on this one to get a better results on the AYANEO Air Pro. So overall, the AYANEO Air Pro is not the device for me. It's still good for other people. The 5560U can work for some people, but if you want power, if you want a bigger display, then maybe you shouldn't get this one. But if you're looking for something portable, if you're looking for something really cute, I like the design of this one, by the way. Portable for emulation, you like the really good display, then maybe you can get this one, the AYANEO Air Pro. But for now, yes, I am getting the Steam Deck because it's cheaper now here in the Philippines. So yeah, I guess that's it for our video of the AYANEO Air Pro 5560U processor. Yes, the 5560U. So if you like this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, and of course, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and be sure to click that subscribe button along with that bell button to get notified of our latest videos here in my YouTube channel. So once again, I am JamFJamOnline.ph. Thank you for watching, and see you guys again in my next video.